similar people had similarly started working, and we came together to build a national platform called the National Campaign for Housing Rights. And it became the first broad cross-sectoral platform in India, composed of hundreds of organizations of all kinds, from so-called slum dwellers, and tenants, through to agricultural workers, to factory workers, through to women, environmentalists, political parties, human rights people, just about any field you can think of, because the home is so central to about every part of life. And in the 5 years of its existence, it succeeded in raising this question, and as some likened it to a fire that was burning in the country. I think many people came around to agreeing that and we in a way learned from people that, as I was saying, that housing was not about buildings. Housing was about a place to live in security and dignity. This redefinition, aside from our trying to bring it into national policy, into law, ended up also going up to the United Nations and becoming embedded in UN agreements and covenants and so on and so forth. Not by ourselves, we joined an international coalition of people concerned with housing issues, and it was that coalition that carried that forward, the Habitat International Coalition. So it was a successful process in one way, but on the other hand, several of us in the group that I was involved in, this organization called Unnayan, it means development in the sense of unfolding and self-realization. What happened was that many of us, I think, got brutalized by this experience. And certainly I did, in the sense that we were so intensely engaged in what we were doing that we began to lose our families, lose contact with them. We were working 16 hours a day, and we started becoming abusive also towards probably our families as well and our children, but also to the people we were working with. It became a question, we were driven, if you like. I don't know if that word is clear, but we felt that we had to succeed, and nothing can stop it. And unfortunately, I got burnt out badly, and I dropped out of activism. I found that I could not sustain the space, and somebody helped me realize what had happened to me. So I stepped out of activism in the early 90s, and I moved into research on movements as therapy for myself and hopefully to contribute to social knowledge. In many ways, I'm still doing that today. I did about 10, 12, 15 years of research on movements and the globalization of movement, and I'm continuing to work and publish on that basis. That's why I'm in Ottawa now. On the basis of that, I was nominated to be the senior fellow at the university. And when I look back at our work, I could also see that, the very complex dynamics. And we usually don't hear about the complexity. Usually the stories that are written about are the success stories, and really of the success. And it's a straight line, more or less. There may be 1 or 2 bumps on the way, but it's a straight line to that success. Because the idea is to get across that you can be successful, which is not a bad thing to do. But it's not very helpful for movements or people in movement to only be told that they can be successful, because most of us know that most movements are not successful. And so I attempted to draw out, even in a successful movement, what were the contradictions and complexities.